Hey, Mark here. Today I want to talk about some of the differences between traditional Northwest Coast formline art and contemporary Northwest Coast formline art. We're talking about the art that is local to here in Southeast Alaska amongst the Tlingit, the Haida, and the Tsimshian native peoples. Usually contemporary art refers to art made in the last 50 years right up until today. But traditional formline art can be new. It can be made today for traditional purposes. This is a dance shirt made from wool. And so the design has been sewn on. You see the traditional red and black there, and surrounded by buttons. This is a hacha, or a cedar canoe paddle. And so this is carved out of a single piece of wood and painted. And it can also be a newly made, very old traditional object like this hayetsk here, or a tina in Tlingit. And that's a copper shield. And these have been around a long, long time. It's a very iconic shape here. So what makes something contemporary then, if we're talking about formline art, if not just being new? Being new isn't enough. So maybe the context. And so that's where the art turns up, or why it was made. If that's a new situation, we're probably in the contemporary setting. So even if the design is very, very old-fashioned and very traditional, like this metal water bottle here, it could be a new material that again tells us what year it is. And so this is on a guitar. Just an ordinary store-bought guitar, but there's a vinyl decal. You probably can't see it, but there's actually a wood grain. And so this entire design, I cut it out with an X-Acto knife, if you believe that, and then just applied it as a big sticker to this guitar. Another consideration could be the color scheme. That if you use bright colors that just weren't around 200 years ago, that's going to let us know right now. Another way is introducing brand new technology like 3D printing, for example, or computer-controlled carving devices, metal cutting by computer design. That sort of thing could be thought of as very contemporary. One final way for formline art to be contemporary is to change the very shapes, maybe distort it, maybe take the design and tilt it at an angle or use perspective effects. I've seen taking two designs and overlaying them together. Anytime you take one style of art and collide it with another style entirely, much like you've seen the Marilyn Monroe prints by Andy Warhol, even finding its way into some of the promotional materials for some of the events in Alaska. It's quite a thing to see, really. And that's the last surefire way to tell something is contemporary. Quote, is that it, again, deliberately merges with another established art style or school of art. In my opinion, to each their own. I think there's enough room in the world for a lot of kinds of artists. Again, because I'm very interested in who's making it and what they're making it for, and how it's being enjoyed. That's very important. Well, thanks for tuning in.